What's up, Red Wings fans? Welcome to another edition of the Forecheck presented by PointsBet. I'm your host, Daniella Bruce, and as always, I'm alongside Red Wings radio play-by-play announcer Ken Kal. Ken, it's another day of hockey here at Little Caesars Arena, and we're excited. A Saturday night matchup.
Absolutely. The weather is conducive. I woke up today, it was 9 degrees, and I'm thinking about starting an ice pond in the backyard. But I'll tell you what, we need a comeback here today. Red Wings didn't look too good in that last game against the Winnipeg Jets, but they got a rebound today.
I like that, Ken. You can't take the play-by-play out on Lake St. Clair during the winter, but you could make an ice rink.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you should do it.
Yeah, homemade ice rink, you know. The thing is, the weather's got to stay cold here in Detroit.
Yeah, it hasn't been cold enough yet. But if we get there in February, I'm going to hold you to that. I'll help you shovel it out.
All right, sounds good.
All right, but as Ken said, the Buffalo Sabres are in town tonight for another game for the Red Wings, and hopefully they can get back on track tonight. Before we get into the matchup, let's give a shout-out to our All-Star, Dylan Larkin, who will be representing the Red Wings in the 2022 All-Star Game. Very well-deserved, but we have another Red Wing who is in the last man in voting competition. Lucas Raymond, the rookie, leads all rookies with 30 points right now. He deserves it, so you need to vote. Go to NHL.com/vote. I know Ken has already voted. Whatever the limit is, Ken has hit it already.
Stuff in the ballot box.
Exactly.
Hey, congratulations, Daniella, and to Dylan Larkin. Second time he's going to be an All-Star, and what a rebound season he's had. Tough year last year for Dylan, but he's rebounded, and he's one of the leaders, of course, on this Red Wing team, captain of Detroit, leading by example every time on the ice. And Lucas Raymond continues to shine. Hasn't scored a goal since December the 1st, but he's been picking up the assists for Detroit. So one of the All-Star, in my opinion, rookie players in the National Hockey League right now, Lucas Raymond and Mo Seider.
Yeah, and Ken, Dylan Larkin has 32 points in 33 hockey games this season. And fun fact, the last time Dylan was in the All-Star game was 2015-2016, his rookie season. So how fun would it be for Dylan to kind of take another rookie along with him and show him the ropes?
Absolutely. And I think, wasn't that the All-Star game that he broke all them speed records?
The speed records. Lucas Raymond can break those, you think?
Well, I don't know. Dylan's a pretty good skater. I still think he can really motor out there on the ice in the skills competition.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. And we talked about the Red Wings getting back on track last game Thursday night here at Little Caesars Arena. They fell 3-0 to the Winnipeg Jets. And when you look at the game recap, the Red Wings were right there in every stats category. The one that obviously stands out is the power play, which we will focus on in just a few minutes, but they just couldn't put the puck in the net.
A couple of things. I think that West Coast travel really did them in. Yeah. And, they played 4 games in 6 nights, Daniella, and they were a fatigued bunch. They needed a day off, and Jeff Blashill gave them that day off yesterday. They practiced today at the morning skate. But I just think that when you're fatigued and you're tired as a hockey player, sometimes you don't always have your mind into it. You start making mental mistakes out there, and certainly the Red Wings had some breakdowns throughout the course of that game. With that said, I think Alex Nedeljkovic was terrific still. He kept the Red Wings in that hockey game, even though it was a 3-0 decision.
Ken, that was the 3rd time the Red Wings were shut out at home this season, 5th time in total. And they really got their offense going against San Jose just a week and a half ago here at Little Caesars Arena, and then they had a break for the holiday, and it was extended due to some COVID protocol issues around the league, and it seems like they haven't been able to pick that offense back up.
Well, they're going to have to generate some offense, and don't be surprised today if you see the coaching staff maybe switch up the lines a little bit and maybe break up that top line. You might see a guy like Tyler Bertuzzi drop down to the second line, and maybe a guy like Vladislav Nemesnikov, who's been playing pretty good, likes to get a little bit physical, maybe moves up on that top line with Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond. So things have to happen for Detroit. They need some balanced scoring. It's almost been sounding like a broken record here on the Forecheck show, but seriously, the offensive has been carried by that top line. 42% of all the Red Wing goals have been scored by that top line. So it wouldn't surprise me if Jeff Blashill breaks up that top line tonight.
So they need to get some balanced scoring, and the Red Wings also need to find a way to score on the power play. We mentioned they were 0 for 5 on Thursday night against the Jets, and you really hope that you can cash in on a couple of those because that changes the game. But since December, the Red Wings are 6 for 46 with a man advantage, and that is 30th in the NHL on the season with 14% conversion rate. It just has to be better, Ken.
Power plays can win you hockey games. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. I always say it's not the number of power plays you get, it's when you get them and when you score them. Right. And if it's a 2-2 tie and you happen to score a power play, that's a huge goal. So the Red Wings just need to find out a way of not only playing good 5-on-5 play, but get the special teams going, not only the power play, but the penalty kill, which can also give you a lift. And also, they've gotten that great goalkeeping, as we mentioned. So 1/3 of that equation the Red Wings have solved. It's just getting the other 2/3.
Right. Can you talk about the power play being pivotal? You can change the momentum of a game if you score a power play goal. Look back at what happened in Winnipeg on the power play. The Red Wings couldn't convert, and just seconds later, Winnipeg went up 2-0, and that was a game-changing goal.
Yeah, it really was. And again, it's just mistakes.
Right.
And you know, the Winnipeg Jets in that hockey game could have had 2 or 3, maybe even 4 2-on-1 opportunities. The Forwards just couldn't control the pass. And so the Red Wings got a couple of breaks, even though they did make some mistakes in that game. But overall, the Red Wings just have to play better as a group, as a team. And if they can rebound tonight and play the way that they are capable of playing, they can come away with the 2 points against a team that's actually coming off a really big win.
And Ken, today I asked Coach Blashill, how can you correct something like the power play when you don't have much practice time? Here's his response.
Yeah, and that's the difficult part when you don't practice is you have potential to lose your structure. You have potential to lose some of your habits. You're not able to kind of touch on as many bases as you'd like to, and that's the challenge in this league coaching period. We've kind of had a routine at home how we work on power play. It's more 5-on-0 stuff before the pregame skate. The one other challenge we have is when we do work on specialty teams, our penalty kill is different than a lot of the penalty kills we face, and so sometimes 5-on-4 isn't as productive as it would be if it mirrored what we're going to see that night. So we've tried to go sometimes with that 5-on-0 route. I had a coach say to me once, if you move the puck great, it doesn't matter whether the players are on the ice or not, and there's probably some truth to that, and hopefully get your routing down. We did a little bit of routing in neutral zone forecheck too, just to make sure our habits are good and that we can try to play without thinking.
Ken, so there's no lack of effort in the Red Wings trying to correct their power play, and obviously working on the penalty kill as well. Special teams is going to be very important again tonight against Buffalo, as it always is, especially since the Sabres have a power play goal in their last 5 games.
Well, you think about it, they only have 11 wins on the season, yet they're 13th overall in the National Hockey League on the power play. So they've got some good things going for the Buffalo Sabres, and the Red Wings are going to have to stay out of the penalty box.
And they scored a power play goal in Nashville on Thursday night, coming away with a big win. Let's take a look at that matchup between the Sabres and the Predators. Again, that was Thursday night in Nashville, and we're going to pick it up in the second period, late in the second period. It's a 1-1 game. Buffalo on that lethal power play, and Jeff Skinner actually accidentally blocks his own teammate's shot and then is able to pick it up and put it in the back of the net. 2-1 lead.
Dynamic score, Jeff Skinner, and he's not going to miss that one. The goaltender went down. He had the whole top part of the net to put it in, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, so he might say he blocked that shot on purpose now. I'm not exactly sure, but it was a great heads-up play to turn around and put it in the back of the net. And now we are, again, Jeff Skinner in the third period, and he does a little spin move, goes in on a breakaway, wrist or glove side, and 3-1.
I don't know how the Nashville defenders got away with that. I mean, it's like they're so good defensively, and yet Skinner was able to do that spinorama, as you mentioned, Daniela, get behind him, and then finish the play with an outstanding goal.
Yeah, it's something we don't see very often from Nashville is them getting beat like that, but Skinner was able to take advantage of their defensive mistake, and then here's Vinny Hinostroza putting a cap on it at the end of the third period, an empty net goal. The final from Nashville is 4-1 Buffalo. Ken, as you mentioned, that's a big win. Nashville is a good team, and going on the road to play them isn't easy.
One of the hottest teams in the National Hockey League, the Nashville Predators. I believe they were 8-1-1 in their last 10 games. But for the Buffalo Sabres, as you mentioned, Daniela, a big victory. They haven't won a game since mid-December.
Yeah.
And they won back-to-back games. One of them was against the Minnesota Wild. So they really did have a solid road effort, played a good, strong road hockey game, and now they come to Detroit.
They look a little dangerous right now, Ken, which is scary because they are going to get their leading point scorer, Tage Thompson, back tonight after he was removed from COVID protocol. And I know that they may get some other help from injured players returning to the lineup too.
This Tage Thompson, he's a beast out there on the ice. Big, strong forward. Always seems to play well against Detroit. We see his ice time at 17:34, but you don't want to give him a lot of time and space because he's a physical player. He can wear you down, and he's also has that finishing touch this year, as you mentioned, with the points that he has.
Yeah, that's for sure. And like I said, some other help that you wanted to talk about, and Alex Tuck maybe returning to the lineup tonight.
Alex Tuck was part of that Eichel trade, and he's been injured, but fortunately for the Buffalo Sabres, he's coming back. He's got 4 points in 4 games. So he's a leader, not only off the ice, but on the ice, leads by example, tough guy to play against, and the Red Wings have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, there's a few players that the Red Wings are going to have to keep an eye on. I mean, there's Rasmus Dahlin. We just talked about Jeff Skinner. He's got 4 goals in his last 4 games total. and in his last 4 games against the Red Wings. So he's hot against Detroit, and he's hot in general right now.
Yeah, those 4 goals were all here in Detroit too. So, maybe we should try and find a way to keep him out of the lineup tonight.
Yeah, I don't know how we could do that. Maybe we'll play a little sabotage moment, Ken.
But he's been dynamic in the Motor City as far as scoring goals, Skinner.
That he has. And another issue that Buffalo has been facing is some injuries in net. So they have a situation in goaltending right now. We saw Malcolm Subban was injured, and then Luukkonen was also injured, out with lower and upper body injuries. Michael Hauser was called up from the AHL, so they have a backup goaltender in him. And then Aaron Dell, who got the start in Nashville. I don't know, did you see the highlight of his hit in Nashville, Ken? He came out and laid a nice hit on a Nashville Predator.
Well, you know what? He's not a bad goaltender, and he can play defense too, I guess, right?
It's their third defender out there, right? Yeah.
But then again, he's loaded with the pads, right? Nothing's going to hurt them goaltenders. That's why I always laugh. Whenever a goaltender gets run over, it's like they can't get up. But you know what? He can go out there and deliver a body check, and then there's no problem at all.
Yeah, I believe he took a penalty for that hit, looking back on it. So, yeah, it was an interesting play, though, a nice play to save a goal, ultimately. So we expect to see Aaron Dell again in net tonight here in Detroit alongside Alex Nedeljkovic for the Red Wings, who has been outstanding. You mentioned him earlier, Ken. When you look at the scores of these Red Wings games, none of them really get out of hand. Alex Nedeljkovic has been able to keep the Red Wings in every game and give them that opportunity to come back.
Made several big saves in that last game against the Winnipeg Jets. Gave the Red Wings an opportunity to, if they could find some offense, get back into the game. And there's the confidence that the coaching staff has in Nedeljkovic. You know, if he was playing bad, we'd see Greiss in that. But he's just been playing spectacular. Now the Red Wings have to help him out a little bit by generating some offense and playing a little bit better and stronger in front of him.
And for all of our betting friends out there, make sure you download the PointsBet app if you haven't already. You are missing out if you haven't downloaded it. The Red Wings tonight are at a -1.5 heading into the game. The over-under is set at 5.5. PointsBet Sportsbook is giving you more live betting than ever before. Don't just bet before the game. Download the app that lets you easily bet along with the game. With PointsBet, you get more live betting, more live bet types, and more live cash outs. More ways to live your bet life. So if you haven't, make sure you download that app. Ken, give me your one key to the game tonight for the Red Wings. How are they going to beat the Buffalo Sabres and get back in the win column?
Be mentally strong, and that's the thing that I think really hurt the Red Wings, and I think they'll be fresh tonight. And so, again, they should be coming out here, be mentally strong, make the right decisions with the puck. Don't try to do too much. Concentrate on helping your teammates as well. And again, don't try to do it all yourself. Rely on your teammates and get the job done.
All right. Well, we hope all of you are coming down to Little Caesars Arena tonight because our crowds have been fantastic. But if you are not, you can catch the game on Bally Sports Detroit, or of course, 97 The Ticket with your very own Ken Kal. Puck drop tonight is 7 p.m. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another edition of the Forecheck. We'll see you next time.